Hi guys, and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. Once again, we have a great international gameplay here in between these two pro players. The game has been played in the year 2018. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. As we have spawning here in the upper right, in the white, it is CADENZIE, the female pro gamer from Scotland. And her opponent spawning here in the lower left in the red, it is IRK favorite, who was born in Russia but lived in Germany, also raised there, and now moved to Sweden. So very interesting international gameplay, like I told you guys. This time not an all South Korean gameplay, as this map is called Clay Fields, so very interesting map as well. I believe it is a 4 spawning location map here, as favorite is already moving out here with his probe, building this pylon into this position, and we've seen this for many pro players here. So the idea is pretty much the fact that he perhaps wishes to wall in here and just do a fast expansion. CADENZIE, she is of course known for her aggressive gameplay. We've seen her do a nice drop in one of those games here on this channel, so everything is possible here for her. Even a Zergling Rush could be a possibility, some Hydras, some Lurkers, so let's just see exactly what is she has prepared for us. Of course, a Mutalisk harassment could also be a possibility here, like most Zergs really like to upgrade their tier 2 and go straight for some Mutalisk, but she actually decides to first go into a second Overlord and then expand into this location, because like I told you guys, this map is a 4 location 4 spawning location here, so a fast expansion would be of course a very good idea for you. A favorite is walling in here very nicely with a gateway, also builds another pylon into this location and already sends out here his probe on the map. The same can be said here about CADENZIE. We've seen in previous replays most pros do send out their probes, their scouting probes at the 2-minute mark, so this is exactly what happens here. Favorite sees that expansion, so he knows that no early aggression should come in here. He also sees a very late spawning pool here by CADENZIE, as CADENZIE is droning more and more up here. So favorite feels confident. Of course he will very likely go for his expansion. No, actually he goes for a first Zealot already out, so very aggressive move now here by favorite. And yeah, the Zerglings will of course be very late here for CADENZIE, so let's just see exactly what her options are going to be, as the Zealot is closing in more and more towards her base. CADENZIE also checks now this proximity, and he sees a very late expansion, I believe. The second Zealot is also out, a nice block here on the ramp. Let's have a look at this Zealot and this probe. There's not that much here really for CADENZIE, as she's very likely spawning her first Zerglings now, as the first Zealot is coming in. The second Zealot is being left behind, but there's already 4 Zerglings out here, so they do get a nice surround. The Zealot very strong early on, already killing 2-3 Zerglings here, even going for the 4th, but in the end more and more Zerglings are coming in. So CADENZIE should of course be able to hold this position, as she's also going into that gas, as she's also building more and more drones here. Favorite still keeps here his Zealot, as CADENZIE did a nice trick. She tried to pull all those drones together just to get a good surround and a good damage on that Zealot. Nice micro here by favorite, as sadly for him this Zealot has fallen. He perhaps wishes to recharge those shields as much as possible, but in the end he has to retreat. Nice wall in here by him. That forge is of course needed for more Protosses, as they will go into some cannons. And yeah, pretty good map control now here by CADENZIE, as she also expanded into this position. So very early and a very greedy gameplay here by CADENZIE. I really like that, but favorite has already scouted out this position, so the expansion is known to him. As let's just see what exactly he's going to do. His expansion is under attack. The Zealots are doing a good job here walling in, and the first cannon should also be out. As you guys know, the cannon can 2-shot some Zerglings over the gateway. We're taking so much damage. A good surround here on that one Zealot, as more and more Zealots are coming in here. So nice job here by favorite defending this location. So things should be really good for him. Perhaps he's going later on into a Stargate, like we've seen many pros going for a Stargate build up with those Corsairs, just to kill those Overlords early on, just to be as annoying as possible. The cannon is out, so the favorite should be good here. as CADENZIE is producing more and more drones here. Let's have a look at her quick main. This might be a hydralist then indeed, so she's not going for a tier 2 upgrade. However, Favored sees this, so he knows that an aggression is going to come towards his base with some very likely Zerglings here and some hydralisk here. So let's just see exactly how he's going to manage. First, he's going to send out here his zealots into this position. Zergling speed legs have already been upgraded, but these 4 zealots could do some really great damage here into CADENZIE's expansion, so she needs to be careful. Some economic damage will be dealt, of course. The drones will be pulled back, and 1 zealot goes straight now for this expansion, but more and more reinforcements are coming in here for CADENZIE, so he does a really good job here into getting that surround, even gets a surround on zealoteers. At the same time, the other group of zealots are fighting those drones as more and more reinforcements are coming in, though there's also a hydralist now here on the map, so the zealots need to find a good position here. They're going straight on the up ledge, so they will be very likely to have a better position in here, but CADENZIE already killing yet another zealot here, so Favored losing zealot after zealot, not a really good of a job here by him. Gets nicely surrounded here by CADENZIE, so the 5th zealot will fall here. He's just trying to buy a little bit of time. So does he have enough defenses now as CADENZIE? Of course, is going to come through with her hydralisk, with her Zerglings. More and more cannons are being placed. CADENZIE is already here knocking at the door from the expansion here for Favorite. So yeah, let's just see. She even takes out that Corsair, and if I look at the minimap, there's more and more coming in here for CADENZIE, but there's already around 5 cannons being produced here by Favorite. So a really good early game here by CADENZIE. He defended that expansion really nice here by her. So let's just see if Favorite is going to hold this position. His gateway already taking so much damage here. More and more is being torn here towards him by CADENZIE. More and more hydralisk. The gateway has fallen, and she even might get a cancel on that level 1's upgrade here, weapons upgrade here. So if those hydras will position, of course, themselves into this position, and yeah, let's just see what her decision is going to be, as I see more and more reinforcements coming in here for her. So let's have a quick look at her main. She's even building another macro hatch here, but the real action is going on here. She's moving actually forward now, perhaps trying to go straight for that pylon. No, she's going straight for those zealots, straight for those cannons now. Probes are being pulled, so Favorite in a little bit of trouble now. He has to pull those probes very early on. Now a nice hold position here by CADENZIE, as she is going for that weapon upgrades, but is he going to finish here? CADENZIE very strong here. Is she going to be able to kill it? We will soon check a zealot here. Let's just see if it did finish, and it did finish on time, so really nicely here by Favorite managing to finish that one up. So perhaps if CADENZIE would have targeted these 2 pylons, it would have been a little bit better, but then again, she knows much better than me, so more and more reinforcements will once again pour in here for her. There's not that many zealots here. Finally, there's 5 zealots now with speed legs, so Favorite should be a little bit of fine here. So at the same time, if more and more reinforcements are coming in here by CADENZIE, once again she's showing us an early aggressive move here by her. And if these 2 pylons will fall, I think it would be game. So here we go, once again she's going straight for those cannons. One cannon very low has fallen, now going for those zealots. Those zealots are being microed back and forth, but in the end probes are once again need to be pulled, so much economic damage once again being dealt, and a nice micro here by CADENZIE. But at the same time there's a Dark Templar here, and let's just see if CADENZIE is going to see this, as so many hydralisks are falling here for her. Finally she should know what's going on. She goes straight for those High Templars as they can't morph into an Harpon here, so really nice job here by her once again. But sadly she did forget an Overlord here, so all of her hydralisks are pretty much doomed. Where is that much needed Overlord? Perhaps here into the location indeed is coming in very slow, as those Dark Templars are the perfect counter here to this early aggression. So CADENZIE needs to micro her units a little bit back towards that Overlord, as those Dark Templars are really killing so many units here. 5 kills already on this one, 4 on this one. Finally in comes that Overlord, and once again CADENZIE might start her aggression here. She did kill all of those cannons. Now going for those zealots, need to be careful against those Dark Templars. And yeah, finally more and more is being torn towards the Protoss. She's at 20 workers. The Protoss, however, at 28 workers, still holding on. Those zealots are very hurt. And once again, one cannon is being finished, but the Hydralisk will go straight towards it and kill it. So really nice job. Now she's going to very likely kill those zealots. And there's not that much being left here. Finally, one Archon here in the front. And Archon, of course, a great counter to those Hydralisks, as dealing so much splash damage here. So yeah, she needs to be very careful. Look at that. But the reinforcements are coming in, and a great micro here by CADENZIE, splitting her Hydralisk here. So things look very good for her. Of course, those Hydralisks have taken lots of splash damage, but in the end she holds, and she is going to tore more and more towards her opponent. So at the same time, she just has to retreat a little bit, as so many units by her are hurt. But with a good micro here, she is once again going to engage the troops here from Favorite. Favorite, of course, with Psionic Storm should be able to counter this with some Archons. And once again, we have an aggression here by CADENZIE going for that pine. She might try a drop here into this high ground, but at the same time, more and more zealots are being morphed in. So Favorite is doing a really nice job here against CADENZIE, defending. Nice kiting here by CADENZIE, kiting those Hydralisks back and forward. And yeah, Favorite once again has to retreat. This one zealot is a little bit exposed, so it's going to get taken out. Another zealot will follow suit, so many zealots are falling here towards those Hydralisks, as she's going now for that pylon, and really soon might go for that Nexus. So really good job here by her. In come those High Templars. They might get morphed into an Archon, or let's just see what exactly he's going to decide. Another cannon is falling here. Those zealots are a little bit once again very much out of the explosion. So really good job here by CADENZIE, luring those zealots out. And a nice micro here once again. Really great lesson for us how to micro those Hydralisks correctly here, as she is still sitting at 3 bases and already at 33 drones. So in all of this time she did drone up, and not that many drones here for Favorite. Sadly for her, she did lose that Overlord. So what exactly is she going to, as she's pumping more and more Hydralisk here out, and even has that tier 2. She might go into a Spire. So Spire, indeed, we might see some Mutalisk here for her. And yeah, things are settling down a little bit. She needs to be careful once again. She will kite those Hydralisks once again, just target one zealot after the other. Really good job here by her. So Favorite with more and more zealots here, and perhaps some Archons will follow up here by him. He's probably going for that second weapons upgrade. And yeah, some Reavers would also be a good idea for Favorite, as he's very confident pushing here out. Even a great Psionic Storm here, taking 2 Hydralisks immediately out. So finally Favorite is establishing balance here, as more and more High Templars with that Psionic Storm are going to be a great counter against those Hydralisks here for him. So CADENZIE is retreating. She has that Spire almost up, so she might go for some Mutalisk. However, so many cannons into this position. Not that many cannons here in this position, so this could be a good target here for her. So let's just see what her option is going to be, as we're closing it at the 15-minute mark. At the same time, the zealots are moving out here. Almost the weapons 2 upgrades are being done. No Sunkens yet. Sorry, here are the Sunkens. So really good job here by CADENZIE, building a nice defense here. So it's going to be very hard for the Protoss to come in. The same thing can be said here. So she does a great job defending, and even leaving groups of Hydralisk in her expansions. And yet another Sunken is being built. So are the first Mutalisk going to morph? Here they are. So Favorite is feeling very confident here. Is moving forward with those zealots, dealing so much damage here, but those Sunkens will hold very likely. Those zealots are very tanky, given that Psionic Storm is being casted. So much splash damage here being done here by Favorite, once again showing us the worst here of Psionic Storm, as CADENZIE did lose quite so many units here. So many Hydralisks has fallen, but at the same time Favorite also losing those zealots, and now transitioning into some Dragoons with so many High Templars here for him. So yeah, the High Templars and a robotics facility base. So we might see some Reavers, we might see some shuttle gameplay with some drops, as the first Mutalisk are out, but it's just 5 of them, and against Dragoons and High Templars I don't know if they will make anything happen. However, the defenses here are very low. Just one cannon here, so Let's just see her go here straight, perhaps for that cannon, for that pylon. No, she's going for that cannon. But these two dragoons should actually, the 4 dragoons here, should be able to hold the position and defend the base. So great decision here by Favorite, anticipating those Mutalisks. At the same time, however, for CADENZIE, she has expanded into this location already at 40 drones against the 49 probes already here by Favorite. So really good job here by both players. A nice defense here by Favorite as those Mutalisks are coming in, but there's just so many cannons here into this position. But however, there's so many Mutalisks as well, so she's going straight for those probes, dealing so much economic damage once again. Look at that. Favorite dropping 244, even a nice defensive high Temper Psionic Storm, however not catching anything. Now she's going straight for those high Templars, but so much damage is being done to those Mutalisks, sorry about that. So really nice job here by Favorite. He had to cast, of course, those Psionic Storms before those Templars were lost. So really good job here by him, even though some of the mana has been expended, but you have to cast it before those high Templars die. So a very great decision here by him, as he's perhaps going to move out now with a great consistent Dragoon build up now. So not that many Zealots, perhaps Zealots will follow later on. Let's just check. Yes, indeed, he's just right now pumping those Zealots. There's even a shuttle here, so a Reaver might get added now. We just have a shuttle. So a great macro oriented game now in between these two players. And yeah, let's just see exactly how things are going to unfold. Of course, there are some lurkers here. Sadly, I didn't see any observers here for the Protoss, as he goes straight here for that first sunken here. But there are lurkers and I still don't see an observer, so he needs to be very careful. Nice Psionic Storm once again being casted here. And yeah, those Zerglings will of course fall very fast here against those Dragoons. So really good job here by Favorite. At the same time buying here time for his expansion. But the real action once again is going on here. However, still he has no observer. In comes the Mutalisks, but a great Psionic Storm here once again. Those Mutalisks just have one job, just to kill those high Templars here. They're doing a really good job, but at the same time so many Mutalisks have fallen here. Finally, the huge force from CADENZIE is moving in with some Hydelisk, with some Zerglings here. So a nice job here by her, as those Dragoons retreat on the high ground, and they will deal of course so much damage. At the same time, with that high ground, they do actually have that advantage here. So really good job here by Favorite. Also, the economy from CADENZIE looking very strong here. One of her hatcheries is bleeding here, but she will hold, given the fact that she has those lurkers. So finally the observer is out, just chilling here at the base, and it's moving out here, as also these defenses are really ready to go. But look at that, CADENZIE losing so many supply of drones here. So many drones have fallen into this location, or perhaps there was a drop. I don't think so. I think that I missed that drop. At the same time, perhaps he did have a shuttle, so I might have totally missed a drop here. So sorry about this one, guys. Sadly for CADENZIE and for me, missing this one, as she has dropped 228 drones here, but she is recovering. She's at 29 workers. Perhaps the drop might have felt here with those Zealots, but yeah, in the end, once again, high Templars are being targeted here, and Psionic Storm 2 actually here just to kill those Zerglings. So he might just morph in more and more Archons here. So excuse me. A really good job here by Favorite. And yeah, let's just see exactly how things will unfold here. There's also a tier 3 upgrade, so we might see some Ultralisks perhaps later on. We might see some Defilers with that Dark Swarm. So yeah, of course, Defilers great against Archons, great against the Dragoons, and a much needed unit. Perhaps we're going to see some Queens, but it's very rare. It's actually more common against the Terrans. So yeah, CADENZIE is trying everything here, but the unit composition here from the Protoss looks very nice with those Dragoons, with those Zealots. Those Archons, it's just only Zerglings here for CADENZIE, with Zerglings with Mutalisks, some Mutalisks and some Hydelisk. So she needs that transition very fast. Lurkers are of course great, but the Protoss army is heading stronger and stronger, and she only throws here Zerglings at her opponent from 2 sides. But yeah, those Zerglings will be of course no match here for those units, and at the same time there's a nice defense into this location. She might take out a cannon or two, but at the same time suffering so much here, so yeah, not really dealing so much damage here against the Protoss. So really nice defense here by the Protoss. And once again we have a dropship here ready with 2 Zealots and 2 High Templars. However, he needs to be very careful here, finally dropping those High Templars, and he might just cast the Psionic Storm. He has to cast it into this position, and yet another defensive Psionic Storm this time, so not that really much of a damage being dealt, as those Zealots do a great job here. They kill that one hatchery, but at the same time so many hatcheries are being left here. But a good aggression here by Favorite, dealing so much economic damage here. Nice job here by him, as he's once again moving out with his great force here. Is also above the 100 supply. The same cannot be said here sadly for CADENZIE. So let's just see exactly what he's going. There is a Defiler then, so we will very soon see those much needed Defilers against this unit composition. She's throwing so much here towards her enemy, a little bit bad of a rally here, so those 2 lurkers will fall very fast. Nice observers in the air, as more and more Zerglings are being thrown towards the base of the Protoss, but the defenses look very nice here, and he's actually going to go for some Archons now. So Archons, of course, with that splash damage, really great against those Zerglings, as another great army move is going to happen here. Nice spread out of those lurkers, but there's just so much here from the Protoss, so CADENZIE in some really trouble here. So much damage here. Those Zealots are in the front, the Archon also dealing massive amounts of splash damage, and it gets taken out. Some Zerglings coming from the back, but they will immediately fall to that Psionic Storm. So really great job once again by the Protoss. Is he going to engage? No, he decides to retreat a little bit, as there would have been just 2 lurkers here into this position. And of course those Sungans in the back, also massive damage dealer, but Favorite will play it safe. He just decides to defend this expansion until the cannons will be spawned, as more and more Zerglings are being thrown down by CADENZIE. But are they going to be successful? Very likely not. It's really many Zerglings, but there's just so many Dragoons, and those Archons will of course be happy to see those Zerglings. Once again a double Psionic Storm, perhaps a misclick here by Favorite. No, he's actually once again dealing so much splash damage, as these Zerglings just don't make it through here. So really good job here by Favorite with those Archons, with those Psionic Storm. He just leaves some Psionic Storm in the back and just spawns some Archons here, so nicely done here by him, as CADENZIE, strangely enough, is going to send in more and more Zerglings here. So she's just trying to do something. Perhaps a drop would be a better idea with that overreach speed, and perhaps into this location just to kill the production building here. Once again we have that engagement, but it's just Zerglings versus these Dragoons and Zealots and those Archons at the same time. So yeah, what is her plan going to be? More and more lurkers and Hydralisks are being produced. And yeah, let's just have a look. Once again that Psionic Storm just dealing so much splash damage. Let's just have a quick look at the kills from those High Templars. Not that much, but the Archons also not getting so many connections. So yeah, but in the end, if the energy is going to be up, so many buildings will fall, of course. Here some Dragoons are being left behind here, they will very likely fall. Finally they get saved here by those Zealots and those Archons. So really good job once again here by Favorite, and he might try to bust here through. There's not that many units here for CADENZIE, there's no Nidus connection here for her, so this could have been a good position for Favorite to attack. Yet he's going into this position, perhaps thinking that there is an expansion here, but there is no such thing, as once again CADENZIE is throwing those units now with some lurkers here. So very interesting move by her once again. And let's just see if she's going to make something happen. There's still this Psionic Storm High Templar into this position, but our Favorite is changing his mind, is finally going for this location here. More and more Zerglings are being thrown at him. Great Psionic Storm sorry are also being thrown at him, but yeah, he just has 2 lurkers here and some Hydralisks. So with a good position with those Archons, he will get many connections here. So really nice job here by him, moving here forward, killing so much here from CADENZIE. So CADENZIE in some serious trouble. So many nice Psionic Storms here by him, really getting great connections. And just Archons now being left with some Dragoons in the back. We see once again CADENZIE moving out with her forces, but yeah, she might get stopped here. Hold on, there's a Defiler here with those lurkers, so really nice move out here now by CADENZIE. Please excuse me. Because once again, a High Templar is doing a great job defending this location. So much action going on, and Favorite has to move out here with his army. He has to split his army and go back, so what a great job here this time by CADENZIE with those Defilers, with that Dark Swarm. Look at that, and even those Overlords, they might be filled here with some units. We're just moving into this position. The cannons do hold, but as soon as some lurkers and Zerglings will walk in that Dark Swarm, she will deal so much damage, given the fact that she is safe by that Dark Swarm. Sadly for her, she is being outmatched. She did a bad rally here, and once again with this one lurker, finally the lurker has fallen, but at the same time once again she's sending troops into this position here. So in come the Zerglings. There's a nice block however here, and a great Sonic Storm once again here by Favorite, doing a nice job here. Once again CADENZIE is trying to do as much damage as possible, but sadly for her, those Zerglings are very squishy and they will fall very fast here. So Favorite doing a really good job. His economy is also looking much stronger here than CADENZIE, even though both players are quite at the same amount of units here. But those Archons with that splash damage will be of course a major change here for Favorite, as he's dealing so much splash damage against those Zerglings. So really nice job here by him, as he's once again moving out on the map, and perhaps thinking that there is an expansion into this location or this location, but there is no such thing. As yeah, CADENZIE once again with her Zerglings. Let's just check those upgrades here. 2-2 upgrades. Let's check those nice upgrades here for those Archons. Really nice job here. And once again the item, it's just the same game here, those High Templars with that Psionic Storm backed up by those Zealots, dealing so much splash damage as more and more Zerglings are being thrown. But yeah, in the end Favorite holds, and no matter what CADENZIE throws at him, he just holds and destroys it immediately. Some High Templars will fall of course, but many more Zerglings are falling as well, and Favorite even feeling confident enough to expand into this position here. CADENZIE has also this position here, but she's not that mining. Actually she is mining from this location, not with all of her drones. So what exactly is her plan going to be, as more pilots will of course be produced? She's in a more defensive mode now and just showing not that many Zerglings now out. So yeah, not so much minerals has been lost here by her. And what is going to be her plan, as a very strong army is going to push out here. A good plague now by CADENZIE against those units, but still those tanky Archons with those shields are so strong here. So army move out here by Favorite, perhaps is going into this position here. There's not that many defenses, there is a Nidus network, and CADENZIE once again with those Zerglings trying to do something done. A nice plague once again, everything is plagued, so perhaps those Zerglings are just being sent forth with as that cannon fodder, but in the end the plague is the real damage dealer now. So with some good Zerglings or Hydralisk connections she might kill these units, but with those Zerglings I don't know if that is a good idea here for her, as those Archons are a great counter of course to those Zerglings here. So Favorite still has to decide what he's going for. A little bit of a bad rally here, it happens, as once again he's moving out on the map. Perhaps he's going for this location, but so many lurkers are being spawned. Probes are being transferred here, as a huge once again mass of Zerglings with Hydralisk are being thrown here out. And once again Favorite is going for this position here. Some defenses are here, but so much splash damage being dealt by those Archons. Zealots are in the front, so many Archons now here into this army. Just look at that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 Archons here. So really great unit here with that massive amount of splash damage here, and also very tanky unit thanks to that shield, but at the same time he's buying time for his expansion here, and those Archons are really getting great connections here. CADENZIE is losing so much more, and the supply is going way much higher here for the Protoss player. He's in a total dominance right now. He's in the middle of the map, also defending his expansions here, playing it very safe, still staying in the middle of the map. Some hydralisks are being pulled by CADENZIE, but it's just not that many, and those cannons will very likely hold. At the same time, Favorite is moving out here with his units and just intercepts this small group of hydralisks. So yeah, sadly for her, more and more Archons are being added, so she is in a little bit of trouble. Perhaps more Defilers would be a good idea. Now in comes a nice drop here by her, but it gets immediately intercepted here by Favorite, so this should be cleared, of course. Observers are in the air, so these lurkers will deal some damage, but in the end they will be very fast cleared. Not to mention, of course, that the Zerglings at the same time will also be cleared here, so defensively she's doing a good job, but she just can't get no connections here as she's showing more and more. But Favorite doing a nice job here, blocking his entrance to that base. So what can she do here now? As Favorite once again is going to push out with so many Archons here. Nice Archon train with some Zealots here, so really nice counter to everything. We have perhaps a drop here, so Favorite even with a drop here killing some of those Zerglings. Not that many drones have been killed as CADENZIE is at 53, but the economy here from Favorite is so strong as he's moving out here with his units. Sadly for CADENZIE, I don't know what her plan is going to be. There's a Defiler just lurking around, but yeah, Favorite is going to intercept that, so yeah, she is in some serious troubles. There are some nice Predator lurkers here, but Favorite looking very strong here, perhaps just thinking what is his next target going to be, as his expansions are nicely being defended, so no matter what CADENZIE throws at him, he's just ready to defend. And a little bit of a bad rally here for CADENZIE. No, she's actually just throwing here a Plague, so really good job here by her. Perhaps another Plague, yes indeed. Still, this could be a very good idea for her. Plague, of course, dealing so much damage against those HP. The shields are not being touched, but look at that, Favorite now with two Reavers in the front. Reavers, of course, a great damage dealer, a great splash damage dealer. However, they need to be picked up by that vessel, so Favorite doing a nice job here. Plague also doing so much damage here. There's a nice Dark Zone, and yeah, a good save here with one Reaver. At the same time, a great Psionic Storm and so many High Templars, actually Archons in the front with that splash damage here. Zealots are also in the front, and Favorite just starts clearing here a hatchery after the hatchery. Also those Sunkens have fallen. Some Hydralisks make it out that Nidus one, but in the end there's just so many Archons here and so much splash damage all over the place. Look at that, so many High Templars are casting Psionic Storm and then immediately morph into those Archons. So the damage has been done, so many units have been killed, at the same time so many buildings have been killed here by those Archons, so really good job here by Favorite, as he's looking very strong, very confident with massive supply lead here of 70. So really nice job here by him as he's moving out here into the main. Some drones are on idle here, some Zerglings are being pulled, but in the end these Archons will of course clear everything here. Nicely upgraded Archons. Some drones will fall very fast here for CADENZIE, as he's doing a nice job. Favorite is doing a nice job. Even sends out one Archon after these drones. In the end the Hive is also going to fall here for CADENZIE, so CADENZIE in some serious trouble here. Perhaps only with that Plague and with those Defilers she has a job. At the same time she's trying once again with those Zerglings, but Zerglings strongly attacking here with 40% more attack speed. But sadly for her Hydralisk and her hatchery has fallen. Spy will also fall as well. There's even a Corsair in the air going for that overlord. As more and more is falling here for CADENZIE. He has dropped under 100 supply, Favorite above 190, so really good job here by him. Things looks very strong here by him, as he's very likely has won this game, but there are some lurkers here nicely being spreaded. But look at that, there's a nice force field now with those Corsairs just to protect here those Archons, so really great job here by him protecting those Archons, and at the same time he's moving out into this position here, just killing this expansion. Thus he has some observers. I guess he just doesn't need it, as he's going straight for those workers, and of course that is going to be the GG here for Favorite doing a great job. A nice early aggression here by CADENZIE, but sadly for her it didn't work out. Let's just check a little bit those statistics. Just in case you guys are interested, let me just check those statistics. So here we go, I'm going to click once again left and right. Really great game here by Favorite. Also, like I told you early on, a strong game by CADENZIE, but sadly her Zerglings and her Hydlers didn't make it through, and in the end the victor of the game, Favorite, so congratulations to him. I hope you guys enjoyed this international gameplay. I'll be seeing you of course in the next replay. This is Tommy signing out.